on childminders' wellbeing is threaded throughout the inspection framework. What support is available to childminders if their wellbeing is affected as a result of the inspection, in the moment during the inspection and afterwards?
We have put a great focus on the wellbeing of childminders providers as part of that inspection process. And I think that starts from the beginning, when there's the planning call, and it's during the inspection. Inspectors will be checking wellbeing, providers' wellbeing as part of that process. But there is also the provider contact helpline, which is the telephone number that's given to providers, childminders, as part of the notification process, and it's there for them to use. But ultimately, hopefully, there won't be a need to use it, because any worries will be, discussed with the inspector at the time.
If you could give childminders one key piece of advice to feel confident and informed about inspections, what would it be?
I think it would be to be open and honest with your inspector. So when you first have that planning call, be open and honest with them about how you're feeling. Yeah. Listen to what the inspector tells you about looking at the toolkit. If you have the opportunity to look at the toolkit, I think that will really help all providers, but particularly childminders as well, to sort of have a look at the types of evidence that inspectors will be gathering, and the different evaluation areas that we'll be looking at, and the gradings. So I would just say, have a look at that. But what we would always say is don't do anything special for Ofsted. We don't want you to spend time creating policies or procedures or anything like that. We want to come in and see you at your best, and to see what your typical day looks like, and just have that sort of openness with the inspector. And if the day is not going like a typical day was, tell us. Say this doesn't usually happen, and you talk to us about what's happening, because it's really, really important that we understand from you what it looks like. But probably, the top tip, and reflect and think of the things that you do best. What are you most proud of? What do you think that you do best for children, so that you can talk to us about that, and talk to us a bit about your priorities and what you're working on, because I think that really helps with the basis of the inspection, and it helps us to work together to identify areas of inspection focus and the sorts of things that we want to look at.
And have that real confidence to, do what you do day in, every day. Yeah. And I know inspections always, there's that element of fear, isn't there, about it? But we're hoping that, the processes we've got in place will kind of help childminders to feel more confident and share, because ultimately, if you're doing what's right for your children, then you're doing what's right for Ofsted.
And I think also, if you're doing what you're passionate about, then those are often your strengths as well. So it's that reflection of just reminding yourself, why are you passionate about childminding? What are your strengths? What are you good at? And making sure you always have that confidence to carry through.
And what difference am I making for these children?
Yeah, positive impact.